Hello, believers, deniers, and sheeple. Welcome to Conspiracy Talk. This is a podcast where we make up ridiculous conspiracy theories to oppose real world subjects. My name is Dan, and I am your host. Today, we have a guest you may have seen before, Lucy.
Hi.
Hello, Lucy. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'm so ready to share my correct views.
Awesome. So, today, we will be talking about birds. Do they exist? And if so, what are they? Before we start, I do want to remind anyone listening, here at Conspiracy Talk, we don't believe or endorse any of our conspiracy theories, nor do we support misinformation, disinformation, or malinformation. Anything you hear from this podcast is purely for fun and entertainment. So,
Or
let's
is it?
get right to it. Yeah, let's get right
Sorry.
to it. All good. Today we're talking about birds, and you've heard the theory out there that birds don't exist. But I have a new theory for you. I believe that birds do exist and have existed for longer than humans. That sounds something like many people would agree with, right? Well, guess what? Birds are meant to be the superior species. Birds are smarter than humans, and one day we will be seeing birds rule the world. Birds will have the technology, birds will have the houses. Any humans remaining will be left at the level of an animal or what previously was a bird. Think about it. There is only one type of species that can fly. That doesn't just happen. Like, nothing else flies out. Some stuff can swim, but birds can fly. They can go anywhere they want. They were able to go anywhere they wanted before we could. They are more advanced than us. We weren't able to fly until like 1920 something. Like, we're behind them technologically, except they've got all the technology in their bodies. Now, the question of whether birds are actually from Earth or not, I don't know. They could be from a whole other place. They could be from Mars. They could be from a whole other universe that we're not ready for. But birds exist and they are smarter than us. I believe that birds have been on Earth since 2000 BC, and they've been hiding among us, getting ready for their takeover, observing humans, figuring out our strengths, our weaknesses, even though they know for a fact that they're stronger than all of us. We have no shot when the bird uprising begins. These birds will take over the world, and will they be respectful to us? Will they give us will they treat us as equals? I don't think so. I think we're screwed when the birds end up taking over. Because, let's be honest, what have we done for birds? Like, chicken? You know, I mean, I eat chicken. A lot of you eat chicken. It's the most consumed meat in America. Guess what chickens are? Chickens
Chickens are not
are
birds.
what? What do
Can
you mean they're
chickens
not birds?
fly? Can chickens
They're
fly?
birds. They are still birds. Maybe they sacrifice chickens or something, but we're still eating their species. With that being said, I fully support eating chicken is good. Like, I love chicken, but when the birds eventually do rise up, they're not gonna forget what we've done to their species, even if they're fine sacrificing the chickens. So yeah,
Okay.
overall, the birds are smarter than us. They've existed much longer than us, and they are ready to take over at any point in the future. That's my theory.
Okay. That's lovely. However, you're wrong. So, you talked about how birds can fly. Isn't it somewhat peculiar to you that no other animal can fly? Yes, you said humans can fly, but we require technology to let us do that. You said it yourself, birds have technology inside them. You know what else flies? drones. Birds are robots created by the government to spy on us. It's a fact. Have you ever seen a bird sleeping? I think not. And they sit on power lines to recharge themselves. That's right. They sit on those power lines. All the while they're looking at us, and they chirp every morning. At 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. No one's awake at that time. You know what is awake? Machines. Robots. And you know what else they do? They poop on cars as a tracking method. And sometimes humans too. We've been brainwashed by the government to believe that it's lucky to be pooped on by a bird, when in reality, they are coming for us. They are coming for all of us, and they are watching all of us all the time. And this is a fact. In fact, social media controls the world, right? Because social media has the power to influence people. And you know what the largest platform, well, one of the largest platforms on the internet is?
Oh gosh.
Twitter. And you know what the picture of Twitter is? Of the app that surveils you so much that it even tells everyone which device you're tweeting from? Twitter is the Bird app, where you share all your thoughts and feelings with the world, where you divulge more and more information. The Bird app. The birds are spying on us. You've never seen a bird blink. You have never seen a bird sleep. They're awake all the time, and they can fly. You said it yourself, the technology is inside them. Birds are robots created by the government to spy on us.
All right. Thank you for your conspiracy theory. So, in conclusion, first of all, we're gonna let you all decide what birds are. Am I right? Is Lucy right? Is there a theory that we're missing? But most importantly, we have learned today that birds are hostile. Whether they're going to take over the world themselves, or whether they're run by the government to spy on us and keep us in line, birds are hostile, and birds are our enemies. That is what we have to conclude from today's Conspiracy Talk. Lucy, do you have any last things to add about birds and what they are?
Do not trust them.
Do not trust
them. Do not feed them bread.
Do not feed them bread. Don't trust the birds. All right, sounds good. Thank you for listening to Conspiracy Talk. Conspiracy Talk is owned and produced by Open Mic Podcast. If you like Conspiracy Talk and want to see more episodes, or if you like Conspiracy Talk and want to see what else we have to offer, subscribe to Open Mic Podcast on YouTube. Follow Open Mic Podcast on Spotify and Instagram. Come back next Sunday for the next episode of Conspiracy Talk, but come back tomorrow as well for the first episode of Fake It Till You Make It, the podcast where my guest has absolutely no idea what they're talking about.